Good day everyone, I am Pijulan A. Teves from BPED 2C. So this video is all about the Filipino scientists. But for now, I'll just going to discuss three of the Filipino scientists. Contents. What are their contribution in the field of science? And what made them pursue a career in science? So let's proceed to the first scientist. First Filipino scientist is Alfredo C. Santos. Alfredo C. Santos is a Filipino scientist who received the National Scientist Award in 1978. He was one of the founders of the National Academy of Science and Technology. And Alfredo C. Santos, or Dr. Santos, was born on August 15, 1900 in Santo Tomas, Pampanga. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in pharmaceutical chemistry from the University of the Philippines in 1923. 2 years later, he completed his doctorate in pharmacy at the University of Santo Tomas. Dr. Santos then went to Germany, where he obtained his doctorate in philosophy from Westfälische Wilhelms Universität Münster in 1929. So what is the contribution of Dr. Santos in the field of science? He conducted extensive research on the isolation of alkaloids from Philippine medicinal plants, particularly the segregation and elucidation of the phenanthrene. Dr. Santos is recognized for his researches in the chemistry of natural products. He has done a lot of work in the isolation and elucidation of the phenanthrene and other alkaloids from Philippine medicinal plants. For 45 years, Dr. Santos served in various capacities at the University of the Philippines until he retired in 1965 as Dean of the College Pharmacy. After his UP stint, Dr. Santos continued to do research at the UST Research Center at the National Institute of Science and Technology, or NAST. In particular, he studied alkaloids, organic compounds that can be derived from plants and mostly contain basic nitrogen atoms. His findings showed that certain medicinal plants can address various health problems and symptoms, such as inflammation, high blood pressure, tuberculosis, gastric ulcer, dysentery, and diarrhea. So, what made Alfredo C. Santos pursue his career in science? It is to accomplish academic in the fields of pharmacy and chemistry, and he focused on phytochemistry, the study of chemicals derived from plants. Next is Julian Arca Banzon. Julian Arca Banzon is a Filipino scientist and a chemist who received the National Scientist Awards in 1986. So, Julian Arca Banzon was born on March 25, 1908 in the place of Balanga Bataan, Philippines. So what is his contribution in the field of science? Renewable sources of chemicals, and particularly the production of ethyl esters from sugarcane and coconut. So what made Julian Arca Banzon pursue his career in science? He is credited for his research in alternative fuel. He researched on the production of ethyl ester fuels from sugarcane and coconut and devised a method of extracting residual coconut oil through chemical means. He also a pioneer in exploring alternative sources of fuel in the Philippines with a particular focus on coconut and sugarcane. His work as both a chemist and an educator greatly influenced the local alternative fuel industry. Furthermore, Dr. Banzon developed new methods for processing of coconut, including the chemical extraction and subsequent conversion into hydrocarbons of its oils. He also had publications discussing the chemical properties of coconut and other vegetable oils. This would be dis- this would be significant in the boom of various industries, including food and many chemical commodities, primarily biofuels. Then third is Juscoro L. Umali. Juscoro L. Umali is a Filipino agriculturalist and national scientist of the Philippine Awardee. He was awarded several international honors and distinction for his outstanding achievements and improvements of rice, corn, and other economic plants. Juscoro Umali was born on November 17, 1917 in Binyan, Laguna, Philippines. So what is his contribution in the field of science? Breeding of rice, corn, and abaca and musenda. As a plant breeder, Dr. Umali specialized in the breeding of rice, corn, abaca, and musenda. His research output and writings paved the way for the launching of programs of rain-fed and unplanned agriculture, social forestry, environment conservation, and rural poverty. Under his stewardship, the UP College of Agriculture became a premier institution of higher learning in Asia. His contributions to the scientific world and to the agriculture and rural development have given him due recognition. He is recipient of 4 honoris causa doctor's degree and numerous other honors and awards from here and abroad. What made Juscoro L. O'Malley pursue his career in science? In UPCA, Juscoro O'Malley was known to be a great colleague to many. He helped his classmates who had a hard time completing an assignment, analyzing an experiment, and even preparing for an exam. Ironically, he missed graduating with honors because he was busy doing other things as a student, assistant, or as a friend. After graduating, he joined UPCA as an assistant instructor in chemistry. He quickly accelerated to superintendent of college experiment station until the outbreak of World War II. Dr. Umali organized the division of plant breeding and developed plant breeding into blossoming science as its first head in 1948. He also established the breeding of the Musenda species, the yellow-orange Doña Amelita named after First Lady Mrs. Amelita Martinez Ramos, being its most recent addition. Alright, so that would be all. Once again, I am Pijulan A. Taves from BPED 2C. Thank you for spending your time with me, and God bless everyone.